What is up, YouTube? Hope every single one of you is doing fantastic. We are going to dive right into this video. And this is my self-improvement journey. I probably touched on this a little bit here and there, but this is going to be the full story. So grab your popcorn, grab your drink, whatever that may be, take a seat, and I hope you guys enjoy. So I graduated in May of 2021. And at this time, I am ecstatic. I'm ready to start the new chapter, which at the time, I was going to join the military. Did I know what branch? No. And we're going to get into more of that in a little bit. But during the summer, I wanted to get into self-improvement. I didn't really know what that looked like. But I was working. I just finished working at a hardware store. I was cleaning at a coffee shop. And I just started working mowing lawns. And that to do with like cemeteries, people's field. Because mind you, I grew up in the middle of nowhere in Nebraska. And in this small town, I'd be like mowing lawns, doing my thing. After that, hang out with friends and work out. And that was how I spent my summer of 21. I look back and I'm very grateful I took the extra time to just hang out with friends and family. And I think that's like the main thing I also want to take away with self-improvement is you may have to isolate yourself and you may have to step away. But once you have that peace inside of you to be happy with your own skin and be who you are, like, you just want to be around family all the time, and your friends, because there's just that extra level of love and peace that I don't know, I can't explain it. It's part of the human psyche or whatever you call it. I was going to join the military, but I didn't know what branch. And throughout that summer, I was in the DEP program for the Navy. But with some convincing and some time, getting my scores for getting qualified for certain jobs, going through the MEPS process, the tests, I went into the Air Force. And that's currently where my life was projected up until this point now. And August 23rd of 21. That is the day I left home. And I'd say growing up started, like truly. That is when I had to take life and figure it out myself. And during basic, right, the process, at least when I went through, mind you, things have changed, is I flew into, San Antonio or whatever, I got my bags in my hand, we're loaded onto this bus, but we're waiting in line, and there's an old saying, like, hurry up and wait, like, that's pretty much it. We would hurry up and wait for like an hour, hurry up and wait for an hour. We get through all that, and the first night I maybe got like 2-3 hours of sleep. And I remember waking up, and the MTI is looking in my eyes, and I'm like, huh? And he's like, get up, get up. I'm like, ah! And it was literally a moment of, what did I do? And it was a good thing looking back on it. But at the current moment, I felt I made the biggest mistake in my life. That it kind of spiraled into something negative, which I created. And I'll touch more on that a little bit later as well. After I get through basic, I have to go to my tech school. I was like so tired of it, and I allowed, one, that to beat me down. Two, I was away from family, which I really wasn't used to, and that also, I put that in my mind and let that beat me down. And I'd say this was the start of my lowest point of my life up to this point. Borderline depressed, like really bad. I stopped working out as well. I didn't really want to go out. I'd literally just play video games, go do my training for the day, and then I'd leave. And I'd be in my bed, I'd just listen to Juice WRLD and be sad. And looking back now, it blows my mind where I was in my headspace at that current moment to where I am now. But I knew something needed to change. I didn't know what that was or how that looked. And it wasn't until I found out that I was going to South Korea. In February of 2022, I was done with tech school and I went home for a little bit, enjoyed my time with my friends and some family, and then I was gone to Korea. But during that time I was still off. I still felt like, what did I do with my life? What is going on? And in Korea, for the first 6 months, I still felt that in my head. However, I started working out. And if any of you have been in the same boat, or maybe you're in this boat right now, you need to just get out of your head. I think that's the main thing, is keeping busy sometimes is like the best thing that you can do in situations where you're so negative. I was running, I was working out, I was doing that 6 days a week, nonstop. That was my life. Work, gym, running, and then I play video games on the weekends. I was like, I'm gonna limit myself. But after those 6 months, I started getting into journaling. I started looking into like self-improvement more, about what I should read, what I should eat, what my fit even. Like, I allowed that to kind of become my identity. And I don't think that was a bad thing at the time, but looking back, I'm like, okay, cool. It's a part of your life. And How to Beast kind of covered this in a previous video, where you need to go 100% in one thing sometimes, and then kind of push these other things to the side. So I was 110% in the gym, nonstop, bettering my body. And then after that, 6 months, that's all I still wanted to do. But I realized I didn't need to do that. And after the 6 months, I stepped back, focusing on journaling and my mind, my mental health. Why was it so messed up? And I started to dive into more of psychology of the mind, like looking on YouTube, reading some books. I was putting myself in a victim mentality. I was always like, woe is me, look at me, why me, why me? And that was my turning point. That was when I realized that all these bad things are going to keep happening. I can't stop it. I might as well learn from them and grow from them. And I'm so grateful I started to step out of that. Mind you, at times I catch myself slipping, but I'm aware of it now. And I believe that is the main thing to take away. Be aware of where you're at. Sometimes you're going to work yourself to exhaustion. Take a break. Take a breather. However old you are, act your age. That I saw this old guy, I forgot his channel. He has a lot of viewers, but I remember like in his video he just said act your age. And I was 19, 20, and I was seeing all these other videos, all these like 1% individuals making millions, and that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I'm letting myself down, my family down, I'm letting God down, I'm doing all these things, but just act your age. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be aware that you have issues. You're imperfect. You're never going to be perfect. But work on that. Strive for the best version of yourself. As the rest of that year went on, I started to do really well. And I started to have my own identity. It was great. I felt at peace. I started to search for God more, instead of just listening to when I was a kid, what my grandpa, my parents said, what anyone else said. And I started to dive into the Word more, which I encourage you guys to too. The truth, everything is in the Bible. Everything you need is in Scripture. There's so much to learn. I barely scratched the surface. But God created everything. That's my wholehearted belief. The sky, the birds, the trees, and even you and me are His greatest creation. And He died on the cross. He sent His one and only Son to die on the cross for you and for me. And that was another even bigger sense of peace. But after having all that, after finally having my footing, I had personal stuff at home happen. And I'll be honest, I kind of spiraled a little bit. I got negative again. I started to just give in to certain temptations and be lustful at that point. And I slipped up. And it was another spiral for, I would say, about a month. But in that month, in that month, I decided to go extremely hard in the gym again. Because I thought that would solve my problems. No matter what, bad things are going to happen in this world. In your life. To people you care about. But you need to stand firm in who you are, what you believe, and where you stand with God. Because our time on this earth is so limited. Why should we waste it degrading ourselves? Fast forwarding, because after I was done with Korea, I went back home for about a month, enjoyed my time with my friends and family. I got plugged into a church, and over there, like the small group that was there, amazing community. And it made me realize, like, I miss home. And my heart longed for that. But I had one more step. I need to go to Italy. And this has been a blessing. I'm very grateful to be here. My attitude has definitely improved. I met some amazing individuals. My mindset has grown. My physique, everything, like from all aspects, have grown. And I will give it all to God. And also realize that your mindset is such a powerful thing. Your brain is a tool. You give it negative inputs, i.e. you watch porn, you have lustful things, and you just party, drink, watching whatever crap on YouTube, instead of filling it with something to bring you purpose, to fill you joy, filling it with scripture, or reading a book on like self-improvement, or dating, or whatever it may be, getting into like personal training. That's something I'm doing, or going on YouTube and searching up self-improvement stuff. I started there, YouTube, having this technology at the thumb of our hands. That's what changed me. All I can say is it will get better. You have to allow it to get better. You have to be aware of what's causing you to feel this pain, this feeling of doubt, worthlessness. Then you're going to have to sit with it. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just sit with it. Think about all the things you went through up until this point, and why you feel that way. And remember, just be yourself. Don't give in to the ways of this world. Read your heart, read your mind. Write it down if you have to, and move forward. No matter the toxic or hard situations you're faced with, turn it into something positive. Maybe not for yourself, maybe you have to go through it, but at least you have a story to tell to help others. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I just want to be real with you, give you my backstory, and I hope I can help you. I've had individuals reach out already here and there, and I'm so grateful. Like that one person, that's all I could ever ask for just doing this channel, to just help and grow. Self-improvement is a beautiful thing. Everyone should get on it. So come on, come join me. Don't stop, me and you. Don't stop grinding, everyone. Keep your heads up. Every single one of you guys are all kings and queens out there. Get them gains, brain gains, muscle gains, spiritual gains. Get all kinds of gains. That'll do it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button. Much love. Very appreciate every single one of you. And until the next one, peace.